Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, real fun to be here and to be able to do this.
Okay, so what's your name and what position do you play in Dalen?
My name is Anton Åkerlund and I play as left wing in IBK Dalen. Yeah, that's me.
Okay, how long have you been here in this club?
Excuse me, one more time.
How long have you been in IBK Dalen?
Oh, this is my 6th season now. So quite a while.
Okay, that's nice. Where are you guys on your way to now?
All right, so we have ride for like a bit more than 2 hours now, I think. And we're right now at this bridge called, I don't know what it's called, but it's quite amazing actually. Nice bridge, a little snow out there.
Wow.
So we have ride about 2 hours out of 12 or 13, I think we will do in total. So we have about 10 hours left.
Okay. Where are you guys headed?
So we're heading to play Mullsjö in the city called Jönköping in the south of Sweden.
Okay, so does this happen very often? Like, do you guys mostly travel out for most of your matches?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys have to take time off work and everything.
Excuse me, do we?
So when you guys travel out of your town, you guys have to take time off your work schedules?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to, like today, we're playing tomorrow at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. a.m. p.m. tomorrow game. 5 p.m. tomorrow we play, and we start the trip today at 9:30 a.m. So it's like 1 day and a half that we travel for the game.
I see.
So it's quite a a long journey, but yeah, it's fun to be away with the guys.
That's nice. Okay, can you show us the bus? Like how it looks?
Yeah, I can absolutely show you the bus. So here at the front we have the bus drivers, really good guys driving the bus like no one else.
Yep.
One of them is a bit tired right now, but you know, that's life on the road. And here in the front we have the coaches.
Hello.
And, you know, all the big names, Per, Linus, Sea, Måns, the big guys in the front of the bus, you know. And when we get a bit further back, we have all the little more, what should I call them? Unexperienced and crazy guys.
Okay.
Like to listen to high music and yeah. Here we got 2 guys from Piteå, Luleå, in the northern Sweden. They have never been farther south than Umeå, so this is a really fun experience for them.
That's nice.
And here we have our big doctor studying anatomy and all of that. And some guys are playing FIFA 21.
Wow.
You know, yeah, video game gamers. These guys over here. And then we have Lucas here just chilling, you know.
Hi.
Yeah. And here we got the crazy guys in the back of the bus. Johan Larsson, big name in Singapore from what I've heard. David, Fredrik Edholm. And now I need to be a bit quiet because there are 2 guys sleeping here.
Okay.
Here we have 1 guy.
Okay.
So that's basically it, I think. That's the bus. We have a toilet also, and that. But yeah, that's the bus.
How many of you are How many of you are here today? How many players?
I think we have 20 players with us and 2 coaches.
I see.
So we're 22 guys plus the bus drivers on the bus.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
Now I can speak to Jonathan, your coach.
Excuse me?
Maybe now I can speak to Jonathan to ask him some questions.
Wait. back here now. I can hear better. What did you say?
Maybe I can speak to Jonathan. Maybe I ask him some questions before handing the phone back to you guys.
Okay, yeah. You get the coach here right now.
Hi.
Jonathan. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for agreeing to do this with us.
Yeah, of course.
So I just wanted to know how you guys feel during this COVID season, where many of your players as well as coaches have contracted the coronavirus. How has it been, the training, the postponed league games? Yeah, how has it been?
Yeah, it's been, of course, it's a strange situation in general now in the world, of course, but I think for us the hardest thing, of course, was the Storvreta game that got postponed really late. And I think we got a bit of a reality check there when we get a lot of players being sick at a quite short period of time. So it was quite dramatic that day. But afterwards, I think total of 8 guys got the COVID, and one of the coaches and 7 players, and some tested negative for corona. So it was the guys were feeling not so bad, but so the virus itself wasn't the worst thing. It was a little more about the drama during the games, I think.
Okay, I see. Okay, and the team you're playing today is a top team. So what kind of game will we see, and how do you feel about it?
Yeah, the Mullsjö game tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think it's a really interesting game for us. I think that we are one of the teams playing with one of the highest intensities in the league, and I think that Mullsjö is maybe one of the other teams that are trying to play quite high intensity floorball, also running quite a lot and playing a little bit more aggressive in their attacking strategy. So it's probably be a quite physical game, quite a lot of running during the game, and really intense game. So it's a game we always are looking forward to play.
I see. Okay, so during the IBK Dalen behind the scenes, you guys explained about the Dalen way. So will it be used tomorrow? And will it be used tomorrow?
Sorry?
Will you guys use it tomorrow?
Yeah, of course. I think it was a little bit special situation. The Sirius game we played because we only had 1 or 2 trainings before, and the guys were not really up to shape because of the COVID situation. But still, in the Sirius game, we decided to go with our style of playing. We didn't want to change anything. We think that it's more important that we have a philosophy which we can stand for all the time, and something that we want to be clear about how we play floorball. So yeah, Sirius game we played our style of play, and the Mullsjö game we will go with the same kind of play. We got some injured players, of course. We got some players who are not really in the top shape. It's still the way we want to do.
Okay, that's great.
To be confident to our style.
Definitely. So some fun questions are, okay, so young players wanting to join the Dalen Academy ask, how should they prepare for the Dalen way, and what is most important for young players to have if they want to join the Dalen Academy?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. I think it's I think probably the most important thing is to realize that when you're playing in Dalen, it's always the team first. It's always about what's best for the team, not always what's best for the individual in the team. It's what's best for the team. And I think that's something you really have to realize. It's that it's hard work all the time, and that you have to be prepared mentally also, not just physically or with the floorball stick and everything. You have to be mentally prepared to engage or to commit to playing floorball at the highest level. So it's mostly about the commitment, that you have to be ready mentally, and also of course you have to prepare a little bit more physically, because we are training almost every day, and many young players are not used to training at such a high intensity, so they can get some problems with small injuries from the beginning. So it's mentally first, but also start to prepare physically. If I get the wish, maybe some year before they come to Dalen.
Okay, of course. Somebody asked, which player has the hardest shot in IBK Dalen?
Yeah, okay. So I think there's some guys, of course, who has a good shot. Some maybe Christopher and Rasmus have a really fast and quite accurate shot, and they shoot quite hard also. So maybe they are in the top positions, but I think also Per Forsman and Mattias Ljunggren, they have maybe the hardest shot, but I think it's hard to say. It's not always about how hard you shoot. It's about how fast you can release the ball and how accurate, of course, you are also with the shots.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. I think that's all the questions I have for you.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe you can pass it back to Anton.
Yeah. Okay. Who do you want to talk to now?
Anton.
Some of the players?
Yeah, maybe Anton.
Hello.
Hello, Vin. Okay, so we have gathered some questions for you guys. I think everyone's quite interested on how these bus rides are, because in Singapore we don't really have internet, because Singapore is only 45 minutes end to end, so we don't have bus rides like you guys do.
Yeah.
So how do you guys pass time during a bus ride?
Do you want me to answer, or do I want to delegate to one of the guys?
It's up to you. You can pass it around.
Yeah, I get Linus to ask to answer that question then.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Usually we got a lot of hours in the bus, so usually we have so you see some guy playing FIFA back there, or Mario Kart is a common game to play. It's pretty fun. Otherwise we just talk or sleep, or Alexander Hedlund is studying. So whatever, check some floorball games or whatever you can do to pass the time.
Okay. Okay. For our next question, you can either choose to answer or pass it on. How is the atmosphere different? Like maybe when going to an easier game or to a harder game. Like, do you guys feel differently, or different levels of nervousness?
Okay, I'll get Måns Parsligner to answer that one.
Maybe a little. Personally, I don't think it's so much difference between the different games, but we can get a little bit more nervous and also excited in front of the bigger games, maybe versus Storvreta, Falun, and especially the playoffs. But like when you travel, it's all the same. But when you're getting closer to the games, it can become more. Maybe a little bit less this season, when like some teams have really good crowds and more supporters, so the pressure gets higher. But now it's more all the same.
Okay, thank you. And another question I have is, how is the atmosphere different when you guys return home from either a win or a loss?
Of course, it's always much funnier when you're going home from a win, but I think we have quite good atmosphere in the team, no matter if we're successful or unsuccessful. And like this season, when we have a lot of injuries, a lot of sickness, we still have a good attitude and atmosphere in the team all the way. So I think over time it's normally one of our strengths, that it's good no matter how we're performing for the moment.
I see. Okay. Do you do anything to prepare for your game? Like, do you visualize yourselves keeping, or what do you do, like when you're just resting?
Both. Like personally, I normally visualize things I want to go good in the games, and since we have quite much video analyzing of both our own games and our opponents, we normally know their strengths and weaknesses.
Okay. Do your coaches have like team talks in the bus? Do you guys or you wait till you reach your destination?
Just a moment, I will change it back to. I can give it to Christopher.
Okay.
Hi. Hi. What was the question?
My question was, do Urban and Jonathan speak to you guys in the bus, or they wait until you guys reach the destination and then y'all have your team talks?
Usually when we have this far away games, we speak on the hotel.
Okay.
We usually have a conference room where we can watch PowerPoints on the opposite team, and but in some games which is closer, we talk on the bus.
Okay. Yeah.
So it depends.
Okay. Just like how I asked Mons, how do you prepare yourself for a game? Do you watch your clips and also the opponent's clips?
Yeah, I try to prepare myself by being ready for how the opponents play. If they play a high check on me as a forward, or if they back off, I know I'm gonna have more time with the ball. So I try to get myself in the right mindset by watching the opponents and being ready for what's to come.
I see. Okay, so who is the fittest player in the team?
The fittest player.
Yeah.
No question, Sebastian Degerud.
Okay, why is he the fittest? Does he train very hard?
The guy lives in the gym.
Oh.
He does intervals and gyms every day. He's a machine.
Okay, so who's the fastest?
The fastest player is Rasmus Andersson.
Hi.
One of the fastest players in the league. I haven't seen anybody outrun him.
Okay, that's nice. Okay.
Hi.
Hi. How do you feel about today's game? I mean, tomorrow's game. Are you nervous?
Sorry?
How do you feel about tomorrow's game?
Well, it's gonna be fun. It's always fun to play against Mullsjö. They're a team that they like to trash talk pretty much, so it's usually a pretty intense games. It's sad that they don't have the crowd, because they usually have a pretty big and good crowd. So well, it's gonna be fun. Usually tight games, and hopefully we can win this time.
Okay. And today's your birthday, right? I saw on Tristan's.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
That's right. Thank you. It's a perfect way to celebrate on the bus.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Do you have cake and everything, or you guys are not allowed to eat?
No, I thought Urban was making a cake for me, but actually not. You forgot it.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I mean, you can celebrate your win tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Let me see if there are any other questions from the audience. Okay, so how do you train for the whole season? Do you have any months that are free?
Yeah, we have a couple of weeks after the season when we're free to do our own stuff and train on our own. And then in July we get a schedule how we're supposed to train, but we can do it individually. But otherwise, the rest of the months we are together and training floorball or physical training.
I see. How about national training? Will it clash with Dalen's training?
Sorry?
How about your national team training? Will it clash with your club training?
No, it's usually it's a pause in the league when the national team is getting together, so they fit that into the schedule.
Okay. Another question we have from the audience is, which opponent do you want to play the most and the least? Like, okay. How about I just ask, who is the toughest opponent for you?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's a tough question. Well, we usually have a pretty tough time to play against Mullsjö. I don't think we have beat them as long as I've played in Dalen. So, but it's always close games, and they're a good team. But I think tomorrow is the day.
Okay. I hope you guys all the best.
Yeah, thank you.
Also, sorry, hang on. There are questions coming from. Do you think it'll be a high-scoring game tomorrow?
Oh, that's a tough question. I will pass that on to Anton.
Yes, it will be a high-scoring game, I think. Our keeper is not that good. No, just kidding. No, but it'll probably be a high-scoring game because it's two teams that like to play offensive and pressure high. So I think it will be a lot of chances and probably lots of goals.
Okay, that's great. I think it'll be a very exciting game. I think we'll all be watching as well online. So that's great.
Right.
Is there a difference between like playing at home and playing at opponent's home ground?
Excuse me one more time.
Is there a difference between playing at home where you have all your supporters and at your opponent's home ground?
Yeah.
Is there a difference? Like, how do you feel?
Without the crowd, or what is that what you asked?
Yeah. Yeah, the difference.
Yeah, obviously when we don't have any supporters in our home arena, it's a whole lot different thing than it usually is. They help us a lot to get that final edge in the games and to push us towards the victory. But it's the same for every team. So it's sad, but there's nothing we can do about it right now. Instead of staying, but just to stay home and try to get the pandemic back to normal.
Yeah. Speaking of the pandemic, Dalen was quite affected, right? Remember, just now Jonathan said that 8 of you guys were actually down with COVID. So how was the recovery for most of you? Was it bad?
No, we had like 8 players who had it, but no one was really sick.
Okay.
We all just had, the ones who had it, it was kind of like a normal flu or something. So that was okay, but it was something that I think we all were kind of prepared to. It was quite normal in Sweden that a lot of teams get it, and when one in the team get it, it's like 10 guys have it the next week. So we were a bit prepared, I think, to it, but we hopefully it's over now for us, and we don't get it again.
Okay, that's great. So now that when all the players are coming back from injury or illness, will the training be very intense, or do you guys tone it down and maybe it's easier for everyone at first? Yeah.
No, probably not. We will just train harder and more. We like to train hard, and our coaches like to drive us wild. So it won't be easier trainings when they come back. It will be really high speed and really fun.
Okay, and for our last question, somebody asked, who is the clown, or maybe like the most funny person, like always laughing or making jokes of the team, and who's the most serious?
I think I have to go with Victor Nystedt on that one. He is talking all the time at practices, and they can say anything. You never know what's gonna come from his mouth. And the most serious guy, that's a bit harder question, I think, because we're all guys that like to joke around with each other and have fun. So I can't really say who's the most serious guy. Maybe one of the coaches, they have to pull us together.
Yeah,
sometimes pull us back, pull us together. Oh.
Okay, thank you so much for for answering all these questions. That's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And can I speak to Urban now? I think he wants to announce the prizes of our giveaway.
Yeah, Linus is gonna do that. Urban is a bit shy, so he doesn't want to be in front of the camera. So.
Sure. Hi, Linus.
Yeah. Hi, I'm back. I'm gonna announce the winners or the top 3 of the competition that we had.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start with 3rd place, and that goes to Chester Wong from Malaysia, and he gets a floorball stick of his own choosing. And 2nd place, runner-up, is Jesslyn Chin Ji. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. From Singapore. And yeah, that's the prize there for 2nd place is also a floorball stick.
Yeah. Okay.
And for the first, Christer Dirks from Sweden. And he gets a trip to Malaysia, no, not to Malaysia, to Singapore, and gets to hang with some of the guys from the team for a couple of days. And the reason why Christer won was that he explained the Dalen way in a sentence, and he called it, every player plays for the team and is ready and willing to do the hard running that the Dalen way pressure system demands. And he compared it to gegenpressing, or heavy metal football, that is designed by Jürgen Klopp, who is the coach for Liverpool football team.
Yeah.
So I think that's a pretty good way of describing it.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Linus.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.